India-US ties aren't what they used to be. They're getting bumpy. The two men on your screen, once known for beer hugs, stadium rallies, and showering each other with praise, now seem to be on different pages. Each had once called the other a good friend.
अब की बार ट्रम्प सरकार.
My true friend, Prime Minister Modi.
The bonhomie between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and US President Donald Trump was seen as a relationship like no other. That is, until a series of events gummed up the works. Fast forward to today, the warmth has cooled. Trump's public rants against India are growing sharper, driven by trade frustrations, diplomatic snubs, and perhaps a bruised ego.
India's refusal to bend on trade terms and its rejection of Trump's claims about brokering peace with Pakistan have exposed a deeper clash of priorities between the two countries. From tariff threats and complaints over Russian oil imports to Washington's perceived tilt toward Pakistan, the friction is increasingly out in the open. And much of it hasn't played out in diplomatic backrooms, but online, through Trump's frequent social media outbursts. So why is Trump relentlessly ranting against India? Here are 3 big reasons. At the heart of Trump's irritation is trade, specifically India's refusal to budge on its agricultural policies. He's repeatedly voiced frustration over New Delhi's unwillingness to sign a deal on his terms, calling India's stance protectionist. But India's position is rooted in survival, not stubbornness. Agriculture contributed 18.4% to India's gross value added in 2022-23. More importantly, for millions of families, farming isn't just a livelihood, it's a lifeline. In rural and semi-urban areas, crop income is a buffer against economic instability. That's why the farm sector is a political red line. Indian negotiators have consistently called it non-negotiable, leaving Washington with little leverage to push for more access for American goods. For Trump, who prides himself on the best deals, India's refusal is both a strategic setback and a personal slight. Most of you know this one. If trade wasn't enough, Trump's claim that he prevented war between India and Pakistan has only added fuel to the fire. Since May 10th, Trump and his team have made nearly 30 statements claiming the US brokered a peace between the two nuclear neighbors. India's reply? A clear, firm denial. The ceasefire, it says, was a bilateral decision with no foreign mediation. Even during a parliamentary debate on Operation Sindoor, Prime Minister Modi addressed the issue, indirectly but unmistakably. While Modi didn't name Trump, the message was clear: India doesn't give Washington credit. Pakistan, on the other hand, has welcomed the US role, creating a sharp divide in the narrative. Analysts say Trump's repeated claims are driven by his desperate need for a diplomatic win. Why? Because many still remember his bold promise to end the Russia-Ukraine war on day 1 of his presidency. Well, it didn't happen. And now India's refusal to validate Trump's claim of peacemaking only adds to his list of grievances, with South Asia becoming the backdrop for another Trump ego clash. If any optics were left to salvage, they were dashed when the White House hinted that Trump deserved a Nobel Peace Prize for his so-called peacemaking, including between India and Pakistan.
The president has now ended conflicts between Thailand and Cambodia, Israel and Iran, Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of the Congo, India and Pakistan, Serbia and Kosovo, and Egypt and Ethiopia. This means President Trump has brokered, on average, about 1 peace deal or ceasefire per month during his 6 months in office. It's well past time that President Trump was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize.
India's Ministry of External Affairs brushed off the suggestion with a diplomatic shrug. MEA spokesperson Randir Jaiswal said, and I quote, "As far as the White House statements are concerned, please take your question to them."
India's stance is ambiguous. It's pushing back firmly on Washington's rhetoric, while continuing to engage in defense, tech, and regional strategy. But the question now, will Trump escalate his public attacks further? And how will India navigate this new, bumpier chapter in bilateral ties?
If you like this video, then like, share, and subscribe to Mirror Now.